Welcome everybody, it's Malsiv. I wanted to show off a concept for a very easy Guardian farm. This will by no means be the most efficient, and there's definitely room for improvement. This is more conceptual, how I do mine. It's kind of fun, it's kind of interesting. Let's take a look. It works off a couple of quick principles to do a farm, and the main one is the sea lanterns. So Guardians are attracted to sea lanterns. So if we have a bunch of them, they're going to come this way. And I've played a little bit in the bottom area here, and I don't think it's working in my favor because they seem to be hanging around at the bottom rather than coming for the big tower. The reason I did that, just having a central pillar, these guys don't see it. They're not attracted, so we have to kind of wait for them to wander this way. I was hoping by extending these out, this might draw them in. Then they would see the bigger stack. But that so far hasn't happened. So, yeah, you could do, say, 4, a pillar, near each corner. Say bring it out, maybe, in this way to pull this side, divide it into 4 quadrants. Whatever might work. So a little pillar. This is 2 by 2 because that's how it centers, but you could do a single pillar. It doesn't have to start from the bottom, but the more you have, the better. And use all of your sea lanterns. You're going to get more. So build this and you're going to be good to go. So I can tell you that this ring around the bottom to draw them in, it actually slows things down. But yeah, easy peasy. This is the attraction. This will bring them in. Soul Sand brings them up. And then you can see underneath, there is a layer of fence gates opened up. And then I've got water sources in the middle here, marked by these 2 torches. And they flow all the way right to the edge of this portal. And there's a portal on either side. And you could replicate this in each of the 4 quadrants. If you wanted, as a concept, have your... and they mark... these are already pre-marked. By the temple itself. So if you line those up here, maybe here, and build, your portal to draw this section, you could actually kind of funnel them toward a portal in the middle and have this one share it. Or you could just have, 4 individual portals. Just push one direction, where mine, being a central one, is pushing in 2 directions. But either way, get them up top, use the water stream, push them into a portal, and away they go. I have been just standing up here. If you go down low, I can hear zombie sounds, so there are some caves. So some things you could do. AFK higher, keep in mind you want this entirety platform within the 128 range so that they do spawn. You don't want them to despawn, if you get too far away. You can fill in underneath, down here, or wall the sides. So just come up with any block on the outside, because they will only spawn within this area. And if you wall it off, they won't travel out. Because there is a time before they'll recognize your pillar. So maybe wall it all off. But all I did with this is the 8-minute water breathing and 8-minute invis potions. I wore, depending on what I was doing, either my boots so that I could move more quickly in the water, or my helmet so I could mine more quickly. So when I was tearing it down, I used the Aqua Affinity. And when I was building, I used Depth Strider. And at 8 minutes apiece, honestly, it probably only took 45 minutes to rip the whole thing down. The other thing you could do is after you defeat the Guardians, would be underneath, maybe near the middle, put in a conduit, and then all you need to worry about is invisibility. And you can still wear, say your Aqua Affinity helmet. 1 piece of armor is all you get, otherwise they will see you through your invisibility. And you don't want that. There's a lot of them, and without line of sight, blocking, because you take down the temple, you're going to be in trouble. The doorway entry was over here, I believe. I filled in the gap just so that I have a nice big platform. So you can wall it off, you can fill in underneath, go under here and check for caves and light them up. Just throw some torches down. Or raise your spawn spot. Or your AFK spot, sorry. Just don't leave out any of these. So you're looking at a giant sphere of 128, I'm not going to do the math right now. This is just conceptually to see what we're doing. I'm not really giving you the numbers on everything. But these pillars, because they attract the guardians, will funnel them all up here. And then I've got them being pushed toward these portals. I just cleaned out the collection section when I started recording this video. And there's been no cuts, no edits at this point. So let's go see in this short time what we have collected. And then we'll look at what the method is to get this done. Oh, I made a mistake. Okay, even with that mistake, this is still dropped into this chest, and this is still dropped into this chest. And we missed some because they were falling out. But that's still a decent haul for a short time. Again, not the most efficient, not the highest rate of return. But this portal matches up to the in-between point, the dead center of where the pillars are. So I line those up, put the pillar here, and then just walled it off so that when they come out, they're going to flop around. This is the level of the bottom of the portal. And when they come in, you'll notice there's some lava there. And if we look, they'll fall into this lava. They'll come through because there's fence gates. There's another section of lava, more fence gates, and then they fall down here on the hoppers. Now we've got some guys in there. You can obviously fix that by putting a ceiling around this, and then you shouldn't have anybody coming inside. Except for maybe the other side of the portal. Again, you can try to spawn-proof that as well. The drop itself, I've marked off. The red is where the lava is, here and here. And then you can count all of these going down. That's 10. That's 20. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you've got the hoppers. So they land and they're still on fire. If you can drop them farther, they'll be an instant death. But this is sufficient enough. 24 block drop through those two things of lava. They drop. They're still on fire when they die, which means all your cod is also cooked. So it's a great food generation source as well. Now, of course, on 1.16, you can just, AFK one night and get yourself all the pork you'll ever need to eat for a very small, simple build. This was easy to build, of course, because there's nothing in the way. I just built this straight down. It is built in creative. This would be super easy to build in survival as well. Just measure it all off, come up with scaffolding, start the bottom, build all your way back up top. I would say get this section done first. Make sure that your home portal works and doesn't link to this one, depending on how close you live to the temple, because you don't want to come out this portal. You're not going to have a good day because, they don't. So that is... we can get rid of those. But yeah, that's basically the whole portal, or the whole setup for a guardian farm. You can have this done in an hour, maybe two, depending how prepared you are when you start it off. And you will get yourself a lot of materials with which, it's mainly sea lanterns for lighting, but all the Prismarine is a good building block as well. I like the color, especially when you add it into the warped stems and blocks. I just saw a guy go over the edge. So maybe make the walls a little higher, because you notice they do like to dance. But yeah, they're just... we got a guy over here on the side fighting the bubble column. He will eventually get bumped by friends. He'll turn, he'll pathfind differently, and then he's gone. So it moves pretty quickly. It's a super simple build. Taking down the temple itself will get you enough sea lanterns to do this. If we look over here, that portal is actually one lower than where the water is. And that is to make sure that's where it's the same level as where these are in this air gap area here. And that's just to make sure that they don't bump into the portal frame itself. If they get close, they're just going to flow right into it, and then they get teleported in. It's a straightforward, simple build. AFK a little bit higher, and then you won't have as much to worry about out in the ocean. This landmass I would want to light up as well, because it's within range. But otherwise, this particular seed is kind of nice. You've got some ice over there, mountains over this way, some cool land over there, and then you've got your temple here. So this has been Malsive. This is a really easy concept for Guardian Farm. Set it up, make your changes, play with it. You know, if you do the 4 portals with 4 different pillars, they'll all link if you have a portal, you know, mathematically to the center of this one here. But otherwise, enjoy it. Have fun with it. Love you. And if you like it, hit the like. Shoot me a comment. Maybe subscribe. We'll try to get some more videos out soon. We'll see you.